Every day I'm seeing more and more people leaving Etsy. They're getting banned for no reason, and some of them are fighting false copyright claims from competitors. And while your account is under review, guess what? You're not making money. And even when you get your account back, many times you've lost your ranking and your sales momentum. So you gotta start from zero. So I completely get why people are leaving, but the big question is, where are they going? Where are they selling now? But first, don't get me wrong, I'm still making money on Etsy with my products. But you have to understand that it is not the only place to sell your products. There are plenty of great options out there, and today I want to give you 4 great alternatives if you don't want to sell on Etsy. And some of these can even make you more money than Etsy. So we're going to look at the pros and cons for each option so you can figure out which one fits your business best. And trust me, some of these options might surprise you. Now the first option is Printify Pop-Up Shop. So a lot of people use Printify to fulfill their print-on-demand products. But most people don't know that this feature even exists on Printify. So Printify allows you to create your own print-on-demand shop directly on the Printify platform itself. And you also get a Printify branded domain. So if your shop is Wonderland, for example, your domain name will be wonderland.printify.me. And this is completely free to use and free to set up if you have a Printify account. Now, the big advantage to Printify Pop-Up is that you don't have to pay for the production or the shipping costs upfront. Now, if you're selling print on demand, the startup cost is not technically zero because you still need to pay for the production and shipping costs on Printify first. You can't immediately use the proceeds from your Etsy sales to pay for Printify orders. So you have to pay this first yourself and then get the proceeds from Etsy later to reimburse yourself. But with Printify Pop-Up Store, your customer will make the purchase not on another platform but on Printify itself. So that money will be immediately used to cover the production cost. And it's also quite easy to set up because you can just log into your Printify account, you can add a new store, choose Pop-Up Store, you can name it, pick a theme, and you're good to go. Now you can add your products and your store is ready. Now, the obvious downside to this is that Printify pop-up shops are pretty basic. Well, it's meant to be simple, so you can't customize much and you can't even use your own domain name. But I do think that it's a great starting point, but not a long-term solution. Now, option number 2 is YouTube. Now, if you're selling digital products, physical products, any type of product on Etsy, think about YouTube. Now you might be thinking, what does YouTube have anything to do with selling products? Well, you gotta understand that YouTube is a search engine. A lot of sales happen because of videos posted on YouTube. And I think it's a perfect way to sell products. Hear me out. Most people obsess over what products to sell, what's trending right now. They're focusing on the product. But the key here is actually to focus on distribution. And by distribution, I mean how to get your products in front of potential buyers. Because when you nail your distribution channel, selling becomes a lot easier. And I think YouTube is the best platform for this. And I got a couple of reasons why. So let's say you want to sell digital planners. So what most people would do is they spend time, they create the product, and they list it on Etsy, and they wait for sales to happen. Guess what? You're now competing with thousands or millions of similar products. Now the smart thing to do is to create a YouTube channel. You want to create videos to provide helpful tips about, planning, organization. Your goal here is to attract people who are interested in this topic and watch your videos. And over time, you'll build an audience, and when your videos get traction, you'll trigger something called ad revenue. Now this will be your first stream of income before you even sell a single product. Now I'm going to give you a real example. You want to check out this channel, Happy Downloads. So they have an Etsy store, but they also have a website. But look how much they're making just from the ad revenue. So if you go to Social Blade, it estimates that it's making between $8,000 and $120,000 a month. So let's be conservative and just go with the middle, which is $60,000. That's insane, isn't it? And even if you take the lower end, it's still $8,000 a month just by creating videos. Now you're gonna think that, okay, they've got 1 million subscribers, but guess what? They've all started from zero too. So start creating videos, share tips, tutorials, and you can start earning revenue from YouTube itself. Now, when your videos get more traction, you're gonna see brands reach out to your channel and pay you thousands of dollars to have you speak about the brand for about 90 seconds in your videos. Zero cost, pure profits. Now, I know this for a fact because this is exactly what I'm doing on my channel. So you can see you can already make thousands of dollars every month by just creating videos before you even sell a single product. Now, once you've built an audience, that's when you start building and creating your own products. And you can link back to your website. And because you have your own YouTube channel and you have your own audience, you're not limited to creating digital products. Now, you can see so far that we've created 3 income streams: ad revenue, brand deals, and selling your own products. Now, what if I told you that you can even add more income sources than the 3 that I just mentioned? Now, this will depend on the niche that you're in. But let's say you are selling website templates. On top of those 3, you can sell one-on-one consultation calls on how to set up websites. You can have a newsletter, also make money through brand deals. So you see, just from one YouTube channel, you get to monetize your skill in so many different ways. But the most important thing here is that you're not stuck selling on a marketplace, competing with thousands of people, because now you have your own audience. Because I think it's about playing the long game, and trust me, the payoff is so worth it. Now, once you have a YouTube channel, I do recommend driving them to your own store and not Etsy. And I think that Shopify is the best place to send them to. And that actually brings me to my third option, Shopify. Now, full disclosure, I'm actually a big fan of Shopify. In fact, I was selling products on Shopify about 10 years ago before I started selling on Etsy. I was selling products in the pet niche and I made pretty good money. Now, one advantage of selling on Shopify is that you control everything. Unlike selling on a marketplace, you actually own and control your Shopify store, because no one can shut you down, ban your account, unless of course you're selling something illegal. Because this is huge, especially if you heard crazy stories of Etsy sellers having their shops suddenly banned without any warning. I actually have a friend who started her print-on-demand business on Etsy, selling custom pet portraits. She was doing great. She was making about $6K a month. But she told me she woke up one morning and she got an email from Etsy, hey, shops has been suspended. And it took her 2 months to get everything sorted out. And she lost a ton of sales within that period. And the worst thing is that when she got her account back, she lost her rankings. She lost her sales momentum. So at that point, she decided to diversify and start selling on a Shopify store. So she still has her Etsy store running, but having a Shopify store means that she has control over her business, and she's actually making close to $10K a month now on that Shopify store alone, and with more profit margins. Now, speaking of profit margins, another big advantage of Shopify is that you're going to make more per sale because you're not paying those extra fees that Etsy charges. Because on Etsy, you're paying 20 cents listing fee, 6.5% Etsy fee, and the credit card transaction fees, right? But with Shopify, you're paying the payment processing fee, which is typically 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, plus a small fixed monthly subscription. Now, that might not sound like too much difference, but it does add up. Because if you're selling a $50 item on Etsy, you're paying $3.25 in transaction fees, plus about $1.50 in payment processing fees, plus 20 cents listing fee. That's $4.95 per sale, going to just fees. But on Shopify, you'd be paying about $1.95 in payment processing fees. So if you just sell 100 units, that's an extra $300 in your pocket. But of course, there's always the other side of the coin. The fees that you pay on Etsy pay for that huge traffic that they bring every month. With Shopify, you got to drive your own traffic. So you got to either do social media marketing or you run ads to your website. But don't let that scare you though, because there are tons of ways to drive traffic to your own Shopify store. Or you can even use TikTok to drive traffic to your website. And some of these TikTok accounts, you don't have to show your face. You don't need fancy editing. You can just use your phone to showcase your products. And if you're selling print-on-demand products, Printify integrates directly with TikTok. Now, if you think that paying $30 a month for a Shopify basic plan is too expensive to get started, you can even try something called the Shopify Starter Plan. So you can think of this as the middle ground between a full Shopify store and a Printify pop-up shop, because it's just $1 to start and it's $5 a month after that. Now, you get more customization options than Printify pop-up, because now you have the ability to add your domain name. Now, the starter plan is designed for people who want to build a website, but they don't want a hassle of figuring out how to build a full-blown e-commerce store. So they can start here and upgrade to a full store later on. And it's also very easy to set up. You can just sign up, you can connect your store to Printify, and you can start selling. It's designed to be simple. Now, this plan comes with a cool feature, because if you have an Instagram account, you can directly integrate Shopify to your link in bio so people can actually shop directly in the DMs. Now, here's a pro tip. So spend the extra few dollars to get your own custom domain name, because it really makes your store look way more professional and more trustworthy. And I do recommend getting a .store domain. I think it's a great domain to have because it shows your audience that you're selling products. And you can see some of the sellers here on Etsy that also have the .store domains for their websites, like this store, sockmate.store, weddings.store, you got tonco.store. And not to mention, there are huge brands and creators like MrBeast, Maroon 5, Michelle Obama, Universal Music. They're all using this domain to sell their products. If you guys want to get this domain, there's a special deal now for just 99 cents a year. So you can go to www.get.store and search for your domain name. You can use my code JASON at the checkout page and you'll get your domain for 99 cents for the first year. Now, once you have your domain ready, you can connect it to Shopify and you're pretty much done. And you know what? These stores are also optimized for mobile conversions. So they work great when you're driving traffic from Instagram or TikTok. Now, option number 4, let's talk about eBay. It's an option that often goes under the radar for print-on-demand sellers. Not a lot of people know this, but there's actually a lot of successful print-on-demand stores on eBay. Now, most print-on-demand apps that work with Etsy also integrate with eBay. So this means that you can use the same tools and workflows that you're already familiar with. Plus, it can be also cheaper to start on eBay because you get 250 free listings each month compared to Etsy where they charge you 20 cents per item listing fee. So this can be a huge difference when you're just starting out, because if you want to list multiple products at once, I think eBay is going to be a lot cheaper here. But of course, there's a big downside to eBay. eBay is a huge marketplace with, all kinds of products. So it's not just for print on demand or digital products. So it can be harder to stand out than on a more niche platform like Etsy. Because now you're not just competing with other print on demand sellers, but with every kind of product. Now, with that said, eBay has a pretty interesting advertising program called promoted listings. So if you guys know, with Etsy ads, it's a pay-per-click model where you pay for every click that you get to your listing, regardless whether you get a sale or not. But with promoted listings on eBay, you only pay if someone buys after clicking your ad. So you can set your own ad rate, starting as low as 2% of the sale price. So this could be good for new sellers. So let's say that you're selling a t-shirt for $25. So you could set your promoted listings rate at 2%. If somebody clicks on your ad and buys that shirt, you're going to pay 50 cents for that ad. But if they click and don't buy, you pay nothing. So this makes it a lot easier to control your ad cost, and you can make sure that you're only paying for ads that actually result in sales. Now, we've explored 4 different options, so I want to share my personal recommendations based on my experience selling products. So if you choose to sell on a marketplace like Etsy, eBay, make sure you also have your own website, preferably Shopify, and YouTube as a distribution channel. So number 1, you get diversification. You have your products on multiple platforms. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And if one platform changes the algorithm or fees, or if your account gets banned, you'll still have other sources of income. Number 2 is control. Your website gives you complete control over your brand, your design, and your customer experience. And also, when a customer lands on your website, you're the only product that they see. There are no other distractions. So there are no related items of your competitors enticing them with lower prices. You're the only product that they see. Number 3, with your own website, you can build an email list. You can run targeting ads. You can basically create a loyal customer base that you can market to directly. And you're not relying on Etsy's algorithm to promote your products. And number 4 is credibility. Having your own professional website adds more credibility to your brand, because it shows customers that you're a serious business. You're not just another seller on a marketplace. All right, so now that you know the best platform to sell your products, you're not going to make any money until you find a product to sell. So if you guys want to see what is profitable to sell at the moment, you want to check out this video here, because I break down 7 product ideas to sell this year. And some of them are making at least $1,000 a day in profit. So click on this video next, and I will see you there.